Well, my name is Amol Nirgodkar. I'm the CEO of Patient Prism, and I'm delighted to welcome Kevin Henry in our studios this morning. Kevin, as you all know, in the dental industry, is one of the most influential figures. They say on Twitter, the top 5 follow Twitter dental industry experts, rather, in the area. So we're excited to have him. He's been an author. He's been an editor of Dental Economics for many, many years. Was a group director for Dental Products Report. And now he has designed this amazing community of dental assistants called IgniteDA. And we're really excited about learning about it this morning. And so tell us, why did you start? Because I see a lot of commonalities with what IgniteDA is doing with what we're doing at Patient Prism Academy. So I'm really excited to find out more about how you started this process and what is the purpose of IgniteDA?
Well, thanks for having me first. I really do appreciate that. You know, IgniteDA was formed a couple of years ago because we felt that there was a need out there for the dental assistants to feel like they mattered, to feel like that they had a place in the bottom line of the business. Right. And I've been speaking to dental assistants now for about 12 years around the country, and the one thing that I've found is that so often they are told, you're the low man on the totem pole, you're the bottom rung of the ladder, and that mindset creeps in. And our goal is to break that completely, because we want them to see how valuable they are, how trusted they are, and what a difference they make, not only in the lives of their patients, but also in the bottom line of the practice. So our goal at IgniteDA is to empower, enlighten, and educate every dental assistant who's out there, and there are more than 300,000 of them in the United States.
So how do you do that on IgniteDA? It's a website.
It is.
It's IgniteDA.net.
.net, yes, correct.
So how do you do that? What kind of mediums do you use on the site?
Well, we do it 2 different ways. As you mentioned, the site, IgniteDA.net, we do online webinars, we do blogs, we do podcasts, and everything on there is free. We want to make sure that money is not a barrier to a dental assistant learning.
Sure.
And the second thing that we do, my partner, Dr. David Rice, who's a dentist, and I both do, is that we go out and we will do what we call road shows. And we will go out and speak to dental assistants around the country and dentists as well. And again, just reminding them that there's no such thing as a dead-end job, that the only ceiling that they really have in their careers is the one that they establish for themselves, and we want them to see all the opportunities that there are out there available.
A lot of times, we've seen in businesses over the years that when you feel like you're the lowest on the totem pole, you feel there's no way to move up, right? Where do you go from dental assisting? But dental assisting can in itself be a pretty rewarding career.
Absolutely.
And you can move up in terms of what you do for the practice.
Absolutely.
And graduate and basically add to your own skill set to take on more responsibilities. There's some states, obviously, that allow you to do more. Sure. But even if it doesn't, even if it's a state that doesn't allow you to place anesthetic or do expanded duties, you could still take on a bigger role.
Oh, of course, absolutely. We really do believe that the only limits there are what obviously the state sets, because we want everybody to stay legal. Of course. But the second thing is the only limits are what you set upon yourself. Sure. Linda Miles, one of the most predominant consultants out there, started as a dental assistant in West Virginia. And I love to tell that story. But consulting, cross-trained front office. There's so many opportunities out there for dental assistants, and we just encourage them, find your passion and then act on that. Learn as much as you can, read those magazines, go to meetings, talk to other assistants. That's why we formed a community, is that we wanted to make sure assistants learn from each other.
And you wrote a book that just came out, it's Battling and Beating the Demons of Dental Assisting. So talk us about what inspired you to write this book, and what is the book about? Yeah,
absolutely. So that's actually the title of my course that I do around the country. Okay. It's a lot of fun. We do a lot of interaction, a lot of hands-on, just a lot of talking. Okay. And honestly, the demons that I see so many dental assistants fight are lack of respect, getting along with each other in the practice, and money. That's a big one. And so we talk about those things very openly. And honestly, one of the biggest demons is those interpersonal relationships in the practice. And so we find that if dental assistants can just get through the day and learn how to enjoy their career more, they're not only going to love what they do, but they're going to be a lot more fun to work with. and it's going to take care of a lot of those tensions that may be in the practice.
Do you have some tips for dentists as well to kind of help empower these assistants to kind of reach their full potential?
Absolutely. One of the biggest things that we talk about is have a conversation. So often we get into a job and we think we know why that other person is doing what they do, but we don't ever really know. Talk to your dentist, talk to your assistant about why did you first get into dentistry? What is it that you love to do? What's that one thing on the schedule that you look at and you go, oh yeah, this is going to be a good part of my day. Talk to each other about that. And what we found is that when dentist assistants talk to each other and learn that they both really enjoy oral surgery or endo or whatever it might be,
Sure.
Yeah, then that opens doors to go to classes together, to learn together, and maybe even build out your schedule where there's more of that in the day, and you sure love it a lot more.
It's fascinating because this topic has not been dealt with by anybody else in this industry. So we're certainly excited for you to create a host of small courses for dental assistants in our studios this morning. But we're truly delighted that as we think about this dental industry and its evolution over the next few years, I think we need to think about every team member. Yeah. And dental assistants are a big part of that team with hygienists and everybody else. So I admire you and applaud you for this effort, and we look forward to this conversation going forward. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.